Hi, I'm Lawrence Ross, and with me today is the very lovely Kim Chambers.
You probably remember us from the very popular Extend sex talk shows. You know, the shows that show men and how they can increase that certain part of the male body up to 25% just by taking a simple capsule.
That's right, Kim. And you know, you were the very first co-host from the first Extends talk show. You look pretty good there.
Are you flirting with me?
Well, yes. No. I was just giving you a compliment.
Thank you very much.
And we want to welcome everyone to our anniversary show here today. Now, this is amazing, Kim. Do you know that we've been on the air now 3 years?
3 years. It's hard to believe. There have been a lot of copycats out there that have come and gone over the last 3 years. But you know what? We're still the #1 product on the market today.
That's absolutely true. And there have been literally dozens and dozens of those copycat products out there. But Extends was the very first on television. And you know what? We're still here. Now, this blew me away. Do you know, Kim, how many Extends capsules have been taken by men worldwide?
Yes, I do, Lawrence.
You do? Wow, that's great. And I guess we should go ahead and tell the viewers then. Over 250 million capsules of Extends have been taken now by men from all over the world to make that certain part of the male body bigger. 250
million. When I first heard, I thought I heard 250,000. But no, 250 million. That shows that a lot of guys really like taking Extends.
Oh, and speaking of guys, also probably a lot of women out there that love the men for taking the Extends too.
Yep.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a good time today. We're just going to sit back and take a look at some of the scenes from previous shows and even take a look at some of those outtakes, Kim, that never made it into the original shows. It's going to be a lot of fun. But first, let's just go ahead and take a look at some of the guests we've had on previous shows and see what they have to say about Extends. And then later on in the show, we're going to show you, the viewers out there who may not have yet tried Extends, how you can get a free bottle of the product, the #1 selling capsule that's guaranteed to increase that certain part of the male body by up to 25%.
A free bottle to increase the size of that certain part of the male body? That should keep the viewers watching.
Yeah, so let's take a look back now at some of the people that have been on the Extend shows that helped make that 250 million capsules taken by men all over the world happen. Our very first guest on the show is the very talented and very attractive Renee Pan. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. Renee Pan.
I get a star for that. That was great. Renee, really, she has a fascinating background. She's the author of an amazing book called Love Mechanics, Power Tools to Build Successful Relationships with Women. She's also a reputed dating expert, a makeover specialist, and a personal coach on the dating scene. She's also been featured in the Wall Street Journal as one of the 8 resources for single men in America. That's pretty impressive. How did you actually get started, I mean, with relationships?
Well, I've been doing television and radio, and I was an image consultant before I started with men in particular, and a friend of mine asked me to come and teach a class called How to Meet Your Woman of Your Dreams about 10 years ago. So it just sort of happened. Magically, and then TV shows came, and I was interviewing men all over the country called Men Across America. I interviewed all these men, and I kept going, what? Men don't understand what women, you know, what we want.
Right.
So I am the spokesperson for women to help men understand what women really want.
Well, you sound like a great person for this show.
Well, I love to talk about, love and sex and dating, and that's my passion. So I'm here to help, I'm here to help men understand women.
Well, I mean, that's certainly, it's such an important thing, especially. I mean, what guy wouldn't want to understand women more and want to be more successful at getting and satisfying them, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So I give the men the secret stuff, the tools, so that they can score and win in the game of love. Because men are, they're so wonderful. I love men, and after working with them for so long, their whole image and everything is based on their sexual energy and the way that they project with women.
Yeah.
And women, I don't know about you, but we read these romance novels and we see these movies, and the man
We
comes
read popular mechanics and sports. So.
And the man comes with this, honey, I'm going to take you down and put you in the hot tub and do all that stuff.
Wait a minute, Renee, you mean Sport and Fishing is not a romantic magazine? Well, let me ask you, Renee, do you find that a lot of couples out there that have been together for a while find the frequency of how often they make love drop significantly over time in relationships?
Absolutely, definitely.
Well, let me ask you, do you think that a product like Extends might help to spark up a couple's love life?
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. I mean, I think couples should use all the tools that they have. I say it would spark up anybody's love life. Single, married.
Everybody.
So does it surprise you to know that recent studies have found that as many as 60% of women across the country are just not fully satisfied by their man?
Yeah, I think women, a lot of women aren't satisfied, yeah.
Wow.
And so you think size is definitely important to a woman?
You know, based on the magazines that people read and the movies and all of that, of course a woman would fantasize about a man that is well endowed.
Better package.
Oh my God.
Better package.
Yeah,
you
of
could
course,
say,
a better
yeah.
package or whatever, yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
shopping, you know,
Yes.
So let me ask you, Renee, do you think that a product like Extenze, where a man only has to take a simple capsule twice a day, can actually make that certain part of a body larger by 25%? Do you think men would be really open to that?
Well, based on all my studies and knowing the inner core of men, it's based on their passion, their virility, their ego, satisfying women. I think men, you know, any man would want to try it. I don't see why they wouldn't. Well, you know, love making does make people happy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
right.
that's the bottom line.
And it certainly helps a relationship
Yes,
when
it does.
they're happy.
Especially
A
when there's a
lot of-
connection, you know.
Right.
Women want the connection, and when a man feels good from the inside out and, you know, feels
right.
virile, the connection gets better.
Now, so what do you think, Renee? I mean, considering Extenze has a 100% money-back guarantee if a man doesn't see real noticeable growth and they don't see an increase in sexual pleasure, do you think, I mean, the guys watching out there should try a bottle?
I think the more power tools you can add to your toolkit, the better. And if it's going to increase their pleasure and make the women in their life happy and make them happy, I think every man would buy it.
I like that. More power tools.
Yeah, it's like another power tool to use, you know? And men
I like that
power
analogy.
tools.
That's right. They, believe me, they love power tools. Well, I know people are going to definitely benefit from your advice. I want to thank you for being on our show, Renee.
I had a wonderful time. It was fun.
Welcome back. We're here celebrating our 3-year anniversary of being on the air and having sold over 250 million capsules of Extenze to men all over the world.
We did say earlier we were going to tell the men how they could get a free bottle of Extenze.
Yes, we did. Now, if you haven't already tried Extenze yet, you're going to love this. With over 250 million capsules of Extenze being taken by men from all over the world, we're very confident Extenze will work for you too. Extenze can increase the size of that certain part of the male body by up to 25% and give you and your partner greater pleasure. And if you call the number on the screen now, we're going to show you how you can get a bottle absolutely